Many couples nowadays look for wedding rings that complement each other and even choose to design them themselves. This poses questions of where to look for jewellers that provide this service, or what sort of budget should you set aside. Also, looking at other designs may help you gain a better perspective of what you would like. Let's face it, your wedding ring will be on display for all to see. Lindsay got the answers to some important questions around ring design and had a look at some unique designs taking shape.
We're here at JF Coley Goldsmiths in Falkirk with Stephen Coley. Stephen, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
First thing I want to ask, is it becoming more and more popular for couples to have their wedding rings designed?
Yes, we're finding that in recent trends, customers are paying more attention and getting more personalised jewellery made, especially wedding rings.
Are you finding any trends with the designs nowadays?
I would say definitely ladies are going for more diamond studded pieces, and we're also finding gents are going for more white gold, sometimes platinum, and I'd say a lot more diamond studded again.
So what kind of budget ranges are there for wedding rings these days?
We go extremes. We can either go customers bring their own material, which we melt down personal, sentimental pieces of gold, turn it into a ring they designed, from probably £150 to obviously top of the range platinum, which depends what size of diamonds you put in. It could be from £600 upwards.
So you're saying that diamonds are more popular than other stones. On diamonds in general, what should they be looking for?
What I always try to recommend a customer, don't go for size, go for quality. Don't try and go for a big stone, go for a smaller stone, better quality.
Where do you buy your diamonds from?
Mostly Antwerp, but also from a few other different sources, different suppliers.
Although you mentioned that diamonds are the most popular stones, do you keep a stock of other unique stones?
Yes, we keep a big selection of basically any stone you can think of. We've got sapphires, rubies, emeralds. Your most common, popular, expensive stones, we could say, like the ruby has got the hardness in it. The emerald, obviously, customers go for they like the colour, they like the brilliance of it, and sapphire again for the hardness. We do keep other stones, tanzanites, savarites, and we also buy in a selection of rough opal, which we polish ourselves. The opal is a wee bit unique because we buy it in as black and then we polish it ourselves.
Now, if a couple were to come in and they were looking to design their wedding rings, can you just take me through the process from the initial consultation?
First of all, the customers will come in. Sometimes they can make an appointment. If not, they can just come through the door, meet myself or my brother. From there, we'll normally check the lady's engagement ring. We'll get ideas what she's looking for. Sometimes she'll want it keyed in. Sometimes she'll just want a plain band. Sometimes she'll want to go two-tone, different colours of gold, maybe red gold, white gold. Sometimes it'll be platinum. From there, I'll sketch out ideas with the help of the customer, and then we'll go ahead with the process after we've decided what metals to be used.
How do you decide what their wedding ring's going to look like? What is the process from there on?
Well, what we do is we sit down with the customer, one-to-one with the customer. At the end of the day, they have the final decision. But if they've got a complex ring, we might have to go a different process. It's a new CAD, computerised design package. What we do there is we'll sit again, start off with a pencil, get a rough idea, and then we'll go into the computer, do some computerised images. We'll then ask the customer to come back, probably in a week's time. It does take a wee bit longer, but then we can get some precise, detailed drawings for them. After we've done the initial sketch and we've done the computerised drawing, the customer come back and check that they're happy with the design, and then we'll go into the next process of making up the CAD resin. This is the CAD resin here. From that process, again, we've now finalised it with the customer. They're happy with it, they've seen it in three-dimensional and at a resin form. The next stage from that is we now cast it. There's two ways we do, either cast it in silver if we're still not sure if the customer is delighted with the design before we go into cast it in platinum. We'll get the customer back in to check out they're happy with that. If everything's fine, we'll then cast it in platinum, and from then on we'll finish it off and set the diamond. That's your D-shaped wire ready to be formed into the ring.
So Gordon, what are you about to produce now?
Well, basically I'm making a 6mm gold, 18 carat white gold wedding band, and I've got to anneal it now to soften the gold so that it's workable. You just basically heat the gold till it's cherry red and then you quench it in the water.
So does the heating process actually happen frequently throughout the whole cycle?
Well, you've got to keep annealing the metal to keep it workable, or it would start splitting and cracking, and basically I'm just forming the ring now with the pliers. The ring stick here's got all the different sizes on it, so it's just a case of marking it to the customer's actual specifications. Right, I'm just going to basically mark the ring to the correct size. And I'll cut it in the vise. That's the actual ring formed, just ready to be soldered. Right, what I'm going to do now is put the solder onto the joint. And we'll solder the ring. That's the rough ring made and ready to be put on the triplet and formed correctly. Now I'm going to form it to the correct circular shape on the ring stick. And that's the ring ready for finishing off and polishing. This is the next process, which is filing down the imperfections on the actual ring blank, just to get it to a smooth state ready for finishing off. I'm just taking off the excess solder that's on the ring. That takes all the high spots off the ring to get it smooth for finishing. Well, this is the process to remove the file marks from the ring. We use varying grades of emery paper, obviously starting with the roughest first down to the finest grade. See the file marks get removed. And then we'll move on to the next grade of paper. We'll go the opposite direction, and that takes off the scratches from the roughest paper. And you work your way through about 5 or 6 different grades of paper. And that's the ring finished with the emery paper ready for polishing. This ring's to get a line cut onto the outside of it, and then we're going to set a diamond into the band. That's the groove formed on the wedding band. Right, and now we can move on to the polishing process. We're going to set a 0.13 of a carat diamond in the band here, so I'm just going to start by drilling the hole to take the diamond. diamond set ready for its final polish. Right, I'm going to put a frosted finish on one half of the wedding band that's used with a pneumatic drill. That's the ring finished, half polished, half frosted finish set with a diamond. So here we are with the finished diamond ring, 6mm broad, half polished, half frosted finish. We started off with 18 karat white gold cast in grain and poured it into the ingot moulds to make the ingot, then onto the square bar, and then we turned it into the D-shaped bar, which was then formed into the final ring.
Now, the bar that you were using, how many rings can you actually get out of one of those bars?
Depending on the gauge of the ring the customer's wanting, that I think it weighed about 33 grams starting weight. We could maybe 5-6 rings. Sometimes a gents ring, you could get 2 rings out of that. It depends what style they're looking for.
So people can basically ask for any type of stone and any type of design and you'll accommodate this?
Yes, we'll accommodate basically any idea. There is recommendations, and if the customers work with me, we'll work and we'll advise them what's the best thing for their ring. Some stones are basically too soft, some they might like the idea, but we've got to give them advice, an honest opinion. One of the latest trends, what we haven't noticed, is customers asking for more specialised stones, like customised certified diamonds. This we keep a large selection of any size, any colour, any quality and any cut is available. This is a certificate you would get with your diamond, guaranteeing the colour, the clarity and the cut of the diamond.
So what advice would you give to a couple who were thinking about having their wedding rings designed? Like, how long should they leave it?
Give us about 2-3 months before their wedding date at least. We normally take between 3 and 5 weeks to make these pieces.
So you've been established since 1981. What do you think makes people come to you personally for their wedding rings?
I would like to think it's because we're a family business, and from design to manufacture everything gets done in-house. I like to think that we put ourselves out, we'll open after hours if customers can't make normal shop hour times.
What made you get into the jewellery business?
I used to watch my dad doing it since I was about 5 years old, and used to think I was helping my dad when I was about 10 years old, and I've always wanted to do it. When I was at school, I always wanted to be a jeweller, a goldsmith. As soon as I left school, 16, and that's what I've been doing ever since.
How long has that been then?
That's 29 years now, a long while.
Well, thanks for watching the programme on wedding rings and jewellery. As you can see, a sparkling array to choose from and something for everyone.